Hola chicos, ¿cómo están? Bienvenidos ahora a la final. Vamos a esperar. Y vamos a esperar un rato a que nos... Mejor tenerlo separadito, pues, ¿no? Esta carta era... algo... Es... Cuando destruyes, genera un token. Ahí está. Blue Thunder T45. ¿Ves? Cuando destruyes un monstruo oponente por batalla, convocas un token nivel 4 a 1500, ¿no? Y el token no puede ser tributado. Ok. ¿Qué es eso? Me suena. Por lo más que todo por lo oscuro y lo rojito. No creo que sea fisura dimensional, no. Parece, ¿ah? Ajá. Pareciera. Sí es. Dimensional Fissure. ¿O no? No. Sí. No. No es. Este es un monstrenco. Ahora, ¿qué monstrenco es? ¿O es fisura dimensional? ¡Ah! Este es de los cosmos, ¿no? Ese es de los cosmos. Ah, The Cosmos Dark Eclipser. La siguiente carta es... A ver, ¿qué carta es esa? Patita con algodón. Uy, está así. Ah, ya. Este es el muñeco de nieve. Snowman. Sí. Flip y se destruye una carta. Snow Eater, perdón, Snow Eater. Es ese. Snowman Eater, ¿no? Claro. Se voltea a caer arriba y selecciona un monstruo en el campo y lo destruye. Defendía 1900. Bueno, ahora a esperar, ¿verdad? Ahora a esperar. Esa carta. Ah, ya. Esta es la Stardust, la que protege de destrucción tus cartas. Mejor, claro. Stardust Row. Ah, perdón, Starlight Row. Cuando dos o más cartas suban a ser destruidas, niegas el efecto y destruyes y convocas un Stardust del deck. Esperar un rato, esperar chicos. Ahora están preparando la final. Esta carta... Ah, ya. Si hay una pluma negra, ya sabes que es de los Blackwing. Ya. Esta es la que robas dos, creo que es. Ah, Star Whirlwind es esta. Whirlwind, Blackwing Whirlwind. Así es. Black Whirlwind. Obvio. ¿Cómo que no va a ser? Están poniendo puras cartas de la vieja escuela. Cartas de mi abuelita. La siguiente carta. Uy. Ok, ya sé cuál es. El de los ogros. Donde aparecen dos ogros. Ah, no, me engañaron. ¿Cómo se llama este? Muka. Exacto. Este es Muka. Que gana 300 por cada carta en mano. O 200 era, creo. 300. Ah. Muka. Ya está, la adivinamos. Muka. Gana 300 de ataque por cada carta en mano. Ay, no tengo mi chat disponible. Ajá. Un ratito. Muka. Ahora revisamos cuál es esa. Ok, esa de un librito. ¿Cuál es esta? Con B. No, esa sí no la recuerdo. Es antigua, pero... Una B. Ah, ok, área B, qué tonto. Es área B, sí la recuerdo. Área B. La que pone en defensa a todos los monstruos que son nivel 4 mayor. Level limit área B, ¿ves? Cambia los monstruos de nivel 4 mayor a posición de defensa. Está poniéndose cartas del año de la abuelita. Esta... Espérate. Dientes amarillo. Ah, ok. Multiplication. Para los curibos. Multiply, perdón. O multiply, diría. Tributas un curibo y convocas tantos curibos. Tokens como sea posible en posición de defensa, ¿no? Y no pueden ser tributados para una convocatoria de tributo. La siguiente carta. Ok. Me suena. No, tengo una fotito más, a ver. Más chiquito. Creo que es... ¿Cómo se llama? Ajá. Burial, ¿no? Empezamos.
Attention duelists. Over 2,500 duelists from across Europe have gathered here in Dortmund to make their way to this, the grand final of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Championship Series, live in Dortmund. Please help me here as we welcome the finalists one by one up to their stage. Our blue player from Germany,
jugador de alemán. Julius, jugador alemán. Arrancamos la final. Julius.
This is Julius's first final.
Es el primer finalista.
Please come and take your seats ready for this final to
Toma
begin.
asiento y
And
ponte
our
lista.
red player at his first ever
El
YCS
jugador rojo
is Lucas Janssen.
Lucas.
Both of our players come from Germany and have made their way here to YCS Dortmund's grand final. And it is very exciting to have all of you at home and all of you in this big audience of people all here to watch exactly what's going to happen. So, guys, we are going to do a high roll to see which one of you is going to be kicking off the grand final of YCS Dortmund.
La gran final.
Julius has rolled
Uy.
an 11.
11.
Now over to Lucas, who has rolled an 8. So, Julius is going to be going first. So with that, I'm going to hand you one more time over to the amazing Leo, Basti and Tom, who are going to be your amazing commentators for this final. And let me say it one time, because I love looking forward to saying this every single tournament. Duelists, it's time to duel.
Es hora del duelo.
Thank you so much, and welcome to the grand finale of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Championship Series Dortmund 2023. We have an all-German final in Germany, and the stories could not be cooler.
Totally. First YCS championship for Lucas. Julius, on the other hand, already with the top of German nationals, now trying to go for YCS title, which is a lot better, I would say. And both of them have already faced against each other in Swiss. But now, of course, the match that matters, the one that all the people in the venue and also at home are looking forward to.
Yeah, it's a serious achievement. Imagine making the final in your very first YCS. That is absolutely
Imagínate estar en una final de tu primer YCS. Absolutamente loco, y esto es Tú lo puedes memorizar, yo no puedo recordar porque él no lo tiene.
What would a European YCS be without Rika in the finals, right?
Otra vez Rika.
It's going to be Rika versus the Vanquish Soul deck. 2 underdog decks,
Rika
but here
versus
they
Vanquish
are.
Soul,
Players are ready, as we are, so let's get into the action. Game number 1 of our finals here at YCS Dortmund 2023 is about to start.
Ok, vamos a ver. Pienso que este duelo va a ser rápido por el Vanquish. O sea, porque quien controle primero gana. Game 1.
Gotta love the crowd that we are having here. Everyone is really excited for this matchup of these two young players. And what a fantastic tournament it has been so far. Basti, you called those decks the underdog decks for Vanquish Soul. I do agree. But Rika in Europe?
At this point, you just always gotta assume there's going to be a Rika Sun Along deck in the finals. I gotta say it for real.
¿Por qué siempre juegan Rika en Europa,
studying his hand, and if that would be a Lokai, I think he would have just immediately slammed it onto the table. So maybe it is lacking that.
Maybe it's a small world. Maybe every time you have a small world, you have to think for like 10 minutes.
Okay, that is not the normal summon you want. It is in fact going to be a Rika monster, the good old Rika Primula that he's normal summoning here.
Yeah, that's really not an ideal start.
Yeah, it's a one-off in the deck. And what is he going to do with it even?
Maybe he just wants a Rika in play.
Oh, we tributed it for the Mudan, so that indeed was what he wanted. And just imagine Lucas has like an Imprim or an Ash for this. It would, I think, completely shut down Julius here.
Tú puedes tributar un planta y convoca esta carta desde tu mano.
That was a good card trick.
Si esta carta es normal o especial, por el efecto de una planta, tú puedes agregar un Rika Spell Trap de tu deja tu mano. Solamente puedes usar cada efecto. Una vez por tu Rika, una vez por tu.
Because that is definitely not the opening that a Rika player wants. So he's licking his fingers to maybe go second with his Vanquish Soul deck and then play through whatever Julius is going to put up here.
Yeah, Julius is not looking happy at all.
Yeah, there is the glamour. Also, you gotta say, Julius, I mean, it's hard. In your first YCS final to have a poker face already, they're both very, very young, up-and-coming players now for the German community and for the European community in general. They are on top of the competition already at that young age with a YCS final, but who of them is going to be a YCS champion here?
So first of all, we are going to try and play around hand trips by summoning out the Lily Borea, and Lily Borea is going to summon out search out the Ethereum Disc Colosseum, which is going to result in adding the Ethereum King Regulus.
Yep, that is totally what he's going to go for, and I think it's still very impressive how Julius is piloting through
Julius tiene 16 victorias, una derrota, y Lucas tiene 15 victorias, 2 derrotas.
Mode and just play it down, but he has to come up with something special here because his hand is asking for that. Okay, now that is Jasmine instead. No Dance Beyond there, but the Jasmine.
Diddy Crow.
And there is the Diddy Crow on the Lily Borea. So there is interruption for Lucas. But maybe Julius can now punish that with Triple Tactics Thrust or Talons because he's playing multiple copies of those.
We're just checking here the ruling as to whether the Therion King Regulus still makes it onto the field. I'm assuming if Lucas knew that it was going to make it onto the field, he would have DD Crow'd in advance.
Yeah, true. So it actually is coming to the field. So that DD Crow felt great, but honestly, now that I see it, it looks pretty underwhelming to me. So there is Rika Princess being added through the effect of Rika Glamour. We immediately tributed through the effect of the Jasmine there as well. And all of a sudden, Julius keeps on going.
Yeah, it looks like Jasmine into Lone Fire, and you're going to get to your Loci, or just straight into the Loci.
Yeah, there's Lone Fire, as you called it.
Oh, you can even tribute off the Jasmine. That's even better, because now you're going to free up your extra monster zone, and it looks like he's going to be able to do his full Sun Avalon combo.
That is
there it is,
fantastic.
once again! The beloved normal monster of every single Rika and Joya on the planet, the Loci is here.
Julius just found his way, the most creative way today into
tributó con Jasmine para traer a Blossom.
For a Drias, a card that also
ha pesado muy bien,
helped him a lot in top 4 in an
no sé si le meten Nibiru se va al diablo, pero no creo que tenga Nibiru en main.
Christian Thomas is having nightmares about this card after the finals of the European Championship, but for now, there's no battling happening as we are still in the opening turn of this final.
Gotta be a little bit calmer right now with no battle phase around, but there's a storm coming up.
Oh yeah, okay, there's the sewing that we just added to our hand. Oh, Lucas lets it go through. That would have been a nice card to use Ash Blossom on, but I think we had good points to already use that Ash Blossom. I think that Jasmine was a pretty good one to hit.
That would have been some incredible patience there. Ash Blossom.
I mean, in general, like the typical advice to up-and-coming players that are facing Rika is just Ash the sewing. So maybe he just wanted to stick to the game plan, but in that case, the sewing is resolved. Okay.
I mean, the crowd was already cheering for the first DD Crow.
Otro DD Crow.
Another one.
Trying to go after the Sunseed Loci makes sense against this deck. But I mean, the crowd was a little bit early on cheering for the DD Crow. I mean, we're cheering as well, because this Regulus is still an Omni Negate right here.
Dos DD Crows. A su madre.
I mean, he was looking at his opening hand very, very frustrated and still is comboing right now to its fullest ability.
Su combo ahora, ¿no?
But now after that second DD Crow, he seems very unhappy here.
Well, he's having to go into the tank here, whether to use the Regulus
we are going to negate that there.
Lo negó con Regulus, ¿no?
Regulus out of the way, healer coming onto the field.
Perfecto, ahora sí.
That is some additional life points there right on the spot for Julius.
Regulus.
Also, one noteworthy thing, in the finals, we are still going to be with a timer of 45 minutes. As per usual, nothing changes about that, so that is definitely something to pay attention to.
Yep, absolutely, but I think
Dance Beyond.
This card won him the top 4 match just single-handedly, so let's see what card he can excavate here. Thrust, Small World, and Talents! He whiffed with the Dance Beyond! It was so great in the semi-finals, but in the grand finals,
todas las cartas, ¿no?
Yeah, nada. He would have liked to, or he would have needed to hit there really, but he doesn't. So Dance Beyond just sitting there now. We are going for a rank 4 there into Strenna, and are we even going for anything else? It looked like he had Thrust there actually in his hand, and I mean, you don't really play any cards you want to set necessarily, except Ricochet in your deck. And I think you can just wait with that until the end. So I think we might still see it.
Dance Pion still having a reasonably useful effect.
Dance Pion, ¿no? Silvan Dance Pion es la que convocó para miliar 3. ¿No? Y luego convocaba el número de plantas, si no me equivoco.
And if we get to the sheet, that Strenna is even more powerful.
Oh, yeah.
Sí, si estás convocada, tú puedes coger el al 3, excavas 3 cartas de tope de deck y convocas hasta 2 plantas, ¿no? Pero ellos no pueden usarlas como link material.
And I mean, Strenna is doing all the things. He's also giving him.
Uy, he visto que tiene crossover, ¿no? Ay, ¿qué pasó?
So that's strong stuff, and we're not done yet. Link free about to happen. There is Bimalias.
The problem with Ricochet is that there is this Colosseum right here. We are seeing Ghostbell.
Ghostbell also coming in here. We have seen in his previous featured match that Lucas has decided against the very popular card Dimension Shifter, and instead is going with Crows and Ghostbells, and he has now shown 2 Crows and the Ghostbell. That leaves him with only 2 cards in his hand now.
I mean, every hand trap under the sun being thrown at Julius here, so will it be enough?
Okay, I think we're negating though. That looks like a Princess negate to me. So that would... Oh yeah, we are tributing the Strenna already on this turn now. So we get the Reborn and we get the Strenna effect as well here.
This deck is so resilient against hand traps. It is absolutely fantastic. Lucas is doing his best to stop the turn. 3 hand interactions already, 3 hand traps thrown, and still we end up on Hyperiton.
Y aún así no lo para, trae la plantota de 4.
Phenomenal, but Lucas has 2 cards in hand, is going to get another one, the Triple Tactics Thrust as well. And the Hyperiton is also going to be able to negate a spell card now, which is really phenomenal. However, Lucas is probably still going to be able to resolve a Borger for 1,500 damage, right?
Potentially, yeah. And I mean, that was his main win con in the top 8 match against Gabriel Nat, so he might still be relying on... Oh, we set the Harpy's Feather Duster.
Okay.
Interesting. I mean, the thing is, we actually do not end on Rika
Monster
para
here,
negar,
so puede negar magia, puede negar monstruo.
Honestly, because that sheet would not be that great. And also, maybe it already was in his hand, because there's another set card right there.
He just looks for an answer against the There Can Be Only One, the card that made Crystal so popular.
¿Está pensando?
I like it. I definitely like it. Crick, read up on the Bangle Lancer. In the main phase, you can just give up some life points, and Julius has plenty of them still to bounce one monster on the opponent's side. Oh, that Fenrir, you don't want to bounce, though. You really don't want to bounce a Fenrir, which can just come back to the field right away. Effect of Fenrir now to search.
Does the Hyperion negate and destroy, or just negate?
It does. Oh, but there is a Forbidden Droplet. Ready to take care, and also bringing the Fenrir down to only 1,200 attack points, and therefore it will not be able to run over Hyperiton or Bangle Lancer anymore.
That is not really impressive. However, what would be really crazy right now is a possible normal summon of 100. Stake! Your soul is being activated!
But it is also being negated! And that means Julius, with his Rika deck, is taking down game number 1. He's in the lead. He got thrown down with 2 DD Crows and the Ghost Spell, but it wasn't enough. He still managed to build up a field, and it was enough to take down game number 1 for him.
And the play that won him the game was actually keeping the thrust until the Hyperiton hit the field, so he could actually activate a spell card while it's on the spell card from the graveyard being the talents. That was absolutely phenomenal.
Totally cool. And now we are about to enter game number 2, of course, in the side-taking process immediately, and we see, of course, Lucas had successful Dimensional Barrier earlier on. Versus Rika, though, do we even bring it in?
No.
I mean, there's a lot of Link summoning, but there's also a couple of Exceeds.
Couple of Exceeds.
That is true.
I think you're just going to put all of your focus and energy into drawing that There Can Be Only One. That's
fair.
That's
I like that. I like that.
Even though it's already in the main deck, you know, you just got to focus super hard on drawing those copies.
Yeah, and also we were going by the top 4 match of Lucas, Leo and I did, and game number 3 against Sofiane, he resolved a very impactful, evenly matched. And now that I'm checking his side deck, there was only 1 in his entire side deck, so that evenly matched was clutch in the semifinals. So maybe it will be clutch again in the finals. Of course, now he will be going first.
Es mejor que el componente haga todo su combo y desbarates el combo ahora, me parece, con Lava Golem o Nibiru. Está tratando de controlar carta por carta con los Quick Monsters, que le llaman Halters.
Away, and then we didn't know about the life points. He summoned Borger, revealed 2 cards in his hand, and the fist bump, and the crowd went wild.
And
all the
not
players
only
standing
the crowd,
around the table.
That was the cool thing, right? We really saw emotions from Lucas, and I love that, because sometimes players are just in their tunnel. They are very stoic, as you say, but he was really letting out the emotions. First YCS in the finals, and still in it here. Yeah, how does he do it? Now down 1 game, but still very much in it. He might just go and sweep here 2 games in a row, and he's our YCS champion.
You had an interview with Joshua Schmidt where he said, yeah, players might need 20 years of experience to be as successful as him. Lucas just said no. But we are going to say yes to the round 2 of the featured match. Let's go over to the table.
Juego 2. Ok, empezamos.
And here we are.
Ronda 2, va ganando Julius.
Lucas presumably going to go first after trying everything he could
going
second.
I would think so.
So it probably makes sense to go first.
Lucas is kind of shaking his head. What is he going to do?
Okay.
Oh, I mean, he's
Vanquish
taking
Soul. Revelas un monster to mana y especialmente convocas un Vanquish Soul de tu deck con
that only nets us
como
a Valius.
un
Let's
tipo diferente,
let's not get too excited because, to be fair, that is not Razan, and he really, if he wants to have a good
Sí, con
turn,
un diferente
needs
nombre,
Razan,
pero el mismo
honestly.
atributo.
I mean, it's a
Pero
big scary
retórnalo, ¿no?
dragon. You know, it's got 3,000 attack points. You just summoned it straight from his
It's
deck.
gone though. There's the
no
Rock of the
good for you.
Vanquisher
Okay,
with
trae la
0
roca,
attack instead.
perfecto. Oh,
Oh, and only 2
coloca
set
dos
cards.
cartas.
But if one of those is there can be only one, it still might be
Solo hizo
a
Link, ¿no?
decent setup for Lucas here.
You can't set 2 if one of them is there can be only one.
Oh,
Have you not?
Very good point.
Both of them have to be, right? But let's see, Julius also shaking his hand, so they both don't like their opening hands.
Nobody's just satisfied with these players, with these match as the players.
Yeah, so Julius, I mean, how could you not be satisfied
Ah.
when you know
There can only be one plan on the
There
field
can
right
only
now.
be one.
It is the genius Sunseed Lokai, and that does redo it.
Ahora-
And it's a pass immediately.
Y pasa inmediatamente, ya no puede hacer nada, pues.
The Rock is just sitting
Ah,
there
there
pretty,
can
and
only
the
be
crowd is
one.
going insane.
Oh my, those two little monsters staring each other down. Rock of the
Okay.
Vanquisher effect summoning out the
Convoca.
Valius, and that is a lot bigger now. Oh my, running over the Lokai. It didn't look
Le pega y le
amazing
pega,
for
¿no?
Lucas, but
Vanquish
with
Souls,
the there can be only one, it
Caesar
looks a
values
whole lot better.
3000.
Oh, and now we are passing as well immediately as Lucas. He does not have much
There
to play,
can
but
only
he
be
has
one.
3,000 attack points. And
Oh.
also,
Perfecto.
Kaiba already said that this is the way to go. So
Va a jugar
Doesn't have
Therion.
2,500 defense.
Se
Though. It's
equipa.
not quite the Blue Eyes White Dragon.
Oh, just Lily
he's
Borea is
not
being
Kaiba.
summoned, and we pass it back over to
pasa, ¿no?
Lucas. So just a pretty Lily
no,
sitting
no pasa.
there. Oh wait, it looked like a pass for me. But no, he is
yeah.
using the surge effect of Lily Borea here. And I mean, a good way to kind
There
of
can only
play
be
around
one
that
muy
can be
buena
only one
carta
is just
contra
also getting the
Unchained
machine
también,
onto
¿no?
the field with the
Yeah.
Furion King Regulus, of course. So I think that's what we're trying to go for. First of all, though, but this Colosseum, that will net him the Regulus bow in the end.
Coliseo.
You're going to have to remind me, what's the
Agrega
bonus
Regulus.
effect of this Colosseum? Other than
it's not
searching it?
500 attack. That is
Ah.
what I was checking earlier.
No, it's absolutely not, but like it has a pretty cool battle effect.
Right.
So
Se
once per
equipa.
turn, when a monster is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can target
Pero
one
no
Furion
tiene
monster in
3000
your
el
graveyard and just
Vanquish
add
Soul.
it back to your hand, which is already cool, but there's a second one even. I think the sentence before that also is giving you some kind of, yeah, once per turn, if your monster would be destroyed by battle, you can instead send an Agira system or a Furion card from your deck to the graveyard. So you can even protect for battle.
Ese Vanquish es
Pretty neat.
Kaiser,
There's a
¿no?
Regulus now. Lucas with the Book of Moon,
Oh,
though. He
Book
does
of
not
Moon.
want that Furion Regulus to negate anything.
But this can just now negate the Lily Borea, right? Have we already passed the turn? I was reading up on a card.
I don't think so. We're still in the main phase of Julius, I'm quite sure.
Claro. Mientras esté el Link
Or maybe even
y
Battlefront,
controles
I'm
un
not
Vanquish
sure.
Soul,
Oh, we
tú no
are
puedes
negating the
seleccionar,
Book
el
of
oponente
Moon.
puede seleccionar tus mods para
Lets
ataque, ¿no?
us keep the Regulus,
Excepto
of
con el
course.
de más alto ataque.
And what is next?
We cannot run over the rock, and we are
Roba.
passing again. And this time, Lucas finds a really important card that might let him play. It is the Pot of Prosperity.
Prosperity.
This is something I can imagine that the Therion King Regulus wants to negate. It would be a really fantastic negate. However, then your field is empty again.
Yep, I don't think he can really give that up with only 5,000 life
So
points
mad, you know.
remaining. Oh, we do though. He wants
Okay,
to negate
concedió,
it.
¿no?
And now
¿O no?
Rock of the
Ah, ya.
Vanquisher
Oh,
summons out
Barga!
Barga, and that is already
Muerto,
enough
que ya
damage.
muerto.
What a
Heavy Barga!
packing it together. Barga all day long for Lucas. He's winning all the games of Barga.
Le bajaron
He's
a
just
Bogart,
done
¿no?
another one. 1-1 equal score here in the finals. What
Y
a
pega
game once again.
2500, pues ya muerto.
Are we in a fast food restaurant? Because I'm smelling burgers everywhere.
Oh
I thought
my
you were going to say,
goodness.
because that game was so fast, you know, just served it up, you know, one monster, one there can be only one, let's go, game 3, easy peasy.
Yeah, the field was empty because he had to negate the Pot of Prosperity, which I understand, honestly. If he gets into more engines, he's also just losing, so
Ah, y le
he
hacía
had to
daño,
kind of
¿no?
make a
Si
decision
revelabas
there.
un
He didn't
fuego
get
de
another
entierro, le
turn.
hacías 1500
Lucas
al
was
oponente.
there taking down the game, so both
Bueno,
of them now
de hecho que
only
tiene entonces
one
Nibiru
game
ahí.
away from being the
Ahora va
YCS
segundo otra
champion,
vez y Enrique
YCS Dormund
primero.
here.
One game away from glory. I cannot imagine the pressure that these two players are under. Both of these games were really one-sided.
Yes.
Julius played this perfect in the first game. There were so many hand interactions, so much stuff. that was thrown at him, he just still went into Lokai after like 2 hand traps.
Yeah, it was insane. I thought when he opened with the Primula that he's just not going to get to any kind of cool field, and he just kept on going. It was almost like he was playing Tier Limits, because I'm used to that by the Tier Limits deck, but not really by the Rika deck. But he really showed us that it also can take weird routes and still end up with a pretty impressive field.
Yeah, that was super impressive. Let's. I had a pun lined up, so I've got to say it now. I think he was stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Okay.
So let's hope that doesn't happen again, and he just gets to go first and play some nice soft plants.
Yep, it will be interesting to see. One side deck card that I could see coming in here for Lucas on top of the evenly matched potentially is the Ultimate Slayer, a card we have not seen too much throughout this weekend. But I mean, there are Exceed monsters on the field of Julius when he's ending his turn. There are also Link monsters, so plenty of options. So maybe we see the first appearance of that Ultimate Slayer that comes in there.
It has been really popular this weekend, just not on the stream for some reason.
Sure, absolutely. Because now, with the absence of a Rysard, it will always be able to resolve, because into a Rysard, that card is just useless. But that card, gone. New format, new cards. Forbidden dropped it on the menu. Of course, also Ultimate Slayer. A lot of innovation this weekend. This is one of the cards. Are we going to see it here, though, in that game 3 of the finals? Last game of the entire weekend. Let's get it going. Give it up for this final game of YCS Dormund 2023.
Juego 3. Bastante rápido, quedan como 30 minutos, ¿no?
I think you can feel the tension in the air if you're here right now. If you're sitting at home, I hope you are enjoying this as much as we are. And there is the handshake for the last game of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Championship Series Dortmund.
And Julius, once again, I feel like he's always kind of looking down, kind of reading his hand. He always, this time he does not seem... What's Julius doing?
No, creo que es Briggs. No.
Has all the options now. It's over to him. He can start playing after Julius.
Solo coloca una carta.
But not really decided to not play there. Probably no access to monsters.
We haven't seen that. Is a raise, and that is the first raise Lucas played in the finals. He is able to play this game, and now it's only going uphill for him, because Julius probably has sided out all of the cards that are breaking the field of Lucas, because he was trying to set up a field. It didn't happen.
What are we
trying to go
for here? It could be a droplet again. In fact, is a droplet. This card is Regulus, which he could have not used.
Very dangerous. Either of the Heavy Borger or the Caesar Valius in hand, unfortunately.
I mean, they could have not chained it.
Okay,
Your soul as a follow-up. Dr. Madlov is revealed. And now we are going to think for a second.
That is incredible, because he now can just
Blossom
go into the Rock of the Vanquisher still, and will be able to special summon out the Dr. Madlov. So even though this got stopped, I think Lucas still has plenty of ways to continue here.
But I think maybe Julius bricked with too many Therians. Discarding the Regulus might open him up to summoning a Lily Borea with the negate effect of Regulus in the next turn.
For sure, potentially. That is absolutely correct. So we are special summoning out the Dr. Madlov with the Rock of the Vanquisher, and of course you can choose to summon from the graveyard or from the hand. And there he is, the Dark Monster of the Vanquish Soul archetype, and it's mad in love with his final game of the year. And there comes Continue, so we have access to even another summon now.
Yeah, interesting. He's chosen to go for the Continue rather than the Dust Devil. Maybe you side out the Dust Devil going second. It's quite hard to activate.
Probably, I would assume so. Lucas, once again, going for his extra deck, maybe for the last time for this entire weekend.
So, Dr. Madlov.
Definitely want to make sure to summon out the right card here. We are getting the Raisin onto the field as well.
Pagas 500, seleccionas un Vanquish en tu cementerio.
Yep, seems like it.
Lo agregas a tu mano o lo convocas, ¿no?
Maybe just
convoca.
Good old Zodiacs? I can see good old Zodiacs, honestly. Yeah, there's Zodiac, Shack Knight. And there's Barbo. Hello, that's 4 materials for a potential Zeus already. I like it.
I'm loving this, attacking your opponent
for
all of 0 damage.
Así Zeus, ¿no?
The Zeus beautiful.
Oye, pero me sorprende que no lo mató teniendo campo libre.
Over to Julius, and did he find a way to play now?
Como que José hecho mal.
Oh, it is a ricochet.
That's good, because that immediately makes that Zeus not doing anything anymore for this turn.
No puede activar sus efectos, ¿no?
It prevents it from being activated, so you can't even just go and put those materials in the graveyard. It doesn't just negate the effects.
Le va a negar los efectos.
Is it? Could we chain though?
Yeah, but then you play into talents.
You lose your rock. I think this is probably the standby phase, no?
Let's go through. So did Julius find a play? There's Rika Glamour. So I think Julius tries to get into this again, and he can resolve it. So Julius is not going to just give up easy here. He is searching for the Rika Petal. Once more, kind of mixing it up. Of course, the most popular European champion with the Rika deck. By now, not anymore, because Jessica Rose just followed him as a European champion. So all the Rika cards. But is it time for another Rika championship winner here?
So there is a Petal and a very, very sad Zeus. Also the Rock.
Es la que agrega un
Not
Rika,
really too
¿no?
happy about this
Un
situation,
Rika
but
monster.
there are plenty of cards in the hand of Lucas.
Le agregas a la
can
mano,
now
le mides al
decide if he
cementerio.
wants to use a hand trap, if he has any in his hand.
Durante la fase de primer
So
medio,
if he has any Vanquish Souls to summon.
True. Se convoca especial.
Because the two Vanquish Soul monsters that he had in rotation are still both kind of lost there under
Suerte que
the
tuvo esa
Zeus, and he
Rika shit,
just has no way to get them
como
away there.
negabas a Zeus.
Okay, Julius searched with the Petal. And seems like a Link summon.
What did he did we catch?
También
what he
es
searched?
planta
I
hasta el
guess
final
it'd
del
be
turno,
Mulan, but I wasn't paying a lot of attention.
Acá.
And we're going into the Drias immediately.
Okay,
Sonavalo.
Drias not able to search for sowing now because we did not use the Lokai, but still a cool Link monster.
Very cool.
Yeah, I mean,
Nice.
it has won championships before, so I would say it's pretty cool.
But you can still attack into the Zeus and then trigger because you took the
Sonavalo
damage, which
Drias.
is going to be an extender.
Ooh,
This is
yeah.
something he also did to win the game in the top 4. There was a set Sarama, and he just ran into it to take 1,500 damage and then special summon the healer.
Okay, so there we are
Agregas
in the battle phase,
Sunbeam spell trap.
getting into that Zeus, and now I think
Va
we
a
triggered
agregar.
the effect of Dryas as well. Are we going to bring out healer? Looks like it. Yep, there is the healer. Leo already in advance with the card highlight tool. I like it, I like it.
And now we have an option for the main phase 2. And
Ajá,
that
una vez
is
por
going
turno,
to
tú no
be
tomas daño de batalla, tú puedes
so
ganar
Dance
tantos
Peon.
puntos de vida. Y si tú lo haces,
Peon
convocas un Sunbeam
disappointed
monstruo
him in
de
game
tu esta
number
deck.
2, but maybe now in game 3 it's going to be the savior. Okay, we can actually
pega.
just...
Are you allowed to attack
Can
that?
we attack
yes,
that?
only if you have a
Sonavalo.
Soul monster.
Okay, fair enough, fair
I see.
enough.
That was very quick, Leo. I was impressed.
Thank you, no worries. Someone healer with a whopping 600 attack points.
Yeah, good enough to run over that Rock of the Vanquisher. So, Lucas down to 6,900 life points. And of course,
Sunbeam
Julius
healer.
still with another main phase to come there.
Oh man, is it going to be
600
Silver
Lisa,
Dance
no?
Peon? That is going to be absolutely crazy right here. Oh, we are going
we have
for
Princess. That's
Princess
another
first.
monster. And also
Como
ways
todos
to,
los
of course,
monstruos son
negate
plantas,
monster
baja
effects from
especial, ¿no?
Lucas there. Cool. I mean, we still have to get a Rika monster to the field first of all, but I think at some point we will be able to. Okay, Link 2. Oh, we can just go into Jasmine because we have an additional monster. Yeah, we can extend even
Tributa.
further. Trying to special summon out now because we have another monster that we can tribute. And I think we can just combo here.
Yeah, we're going to see the same line we saw in the first game, summoning the Lone Fire, tributing off the Jasmine to summon Lokai from the deck.
Yep. No
Tributas
response
para
from
convocar
Lucas. He's just
un planta,
sitting
¿no?
there, waiting.
En
And there's
defensa.
Lokai again. Also in game number 3, it's making the
Long
parents.
Blossom de la tributa, trae a
Making
esto,
room for the
efecto,
dries.
para
Now we
hacer
can
otra
even
vez.
use the effect to grab out the sowing. It's looking
Díaz.
good for Julius here.
Ajá,
Yes, he
agrega
cannot go
Sunbeam.
for his full combo, I think, because the healer is already is still out of the extra deck. We have used the effect to take when you take damage from Drias. It is going to be a little bit tough. We don't have a Rika monster on the field, and I think there is a hand interaction in Lucas' hand. Obviously in the hand.
Didi Crow.
Oh, he lost DD Crow. He has been using it all day long, and also again here in game 3
Lo
of the
pararon,
finals.
¿no?
Oh, there is healer in the extra deck.
Zombie
Is the
Sowing es la que
Dryas
agregó, ¿no?
once per
Convocas
turn or
un Sunset
I'm
monstruo
pretty
de
sure
tu
it
deck
is, yeah.
Because he already used the Dryas once
y
to
tomas 1000 puntos de daño.
summon a monster from his extra deck.
Pero si tú controlas
Actually,
un Link,
reading up on it.
Once per turn, but it's not hard once per
convocas
turn.
un
Oh, that's
Sunset
very
y le
cool.
entiendes, ¿no?
That's pretty cool. And there we go, considering to summon out the Sunburn Thrasher. Yep, it is going to be Sunburn Thrasher there. Which is usually a card you want to kind of OTK with, but there's Frost as well! Wow. Of course, in turn 1, there was no way to trigger that Frost as he was just passing without using anything, but now we made that Frost live in the follow-up turn. And what are we grabbing? We can even grab it to our hand. What do you think here? What do we like? Do we just go for talents, or what do we want?
Do we run terraforming? Maybe not.
El
No, we
Link
don't.
está ahí.
But maybe something like good
Zombie Thrasher,
What do we think about good old... I think Talents is just the way to go. Small World could be a card too, but there is the Talents indeed.
Do you even look for the... You're looking at the hand, exactly, because you can just bounce back these Zeus later on. There's Kashtira, Rysad, who's making an appearance as a little extender if you have used Fenrir before. Sacred Soul is getting shuffled back immediately. Now Lucas is just left with nothing right here.
That is true. Julius really bouncing back after this devastating first turn where he could only sat 2 cards, but he's doing a whole lot more here in his second turn. Oh, now the dance beyond. 1, 2, 3. That is at least the princess. We're not whiffing completely. So taking one monster there to special summon it out to the field, I think is good enough. It will do, it will do.
Lorenzo Muselli is probably sitting in the crowd thinking, why not against me?
So, Julius still not done. This is going very, very good for him here.
Yeah, he can make a bunch of rank 4s if he wants to.
He could potentially. So the main one you would go for is of course Strana, and it's also the only one he has in his extra deck. So probably is going to be that Strana. Yep, Dance Beyond saying level 4 we want to go.
Do we even have a level 4 monster in the graveyard? Yes, we do. It is the Rika Princess.
And therefore we are probably going to see the Strana here once again.
Está jugando rápido, más rápido que
checking
puede.
for a card that he wants to add back with the Strana, minutos. Because he already used Lamma this turn, didn't he? Pretty sure he did.
4.
Okay.
Bangalancer just to get rid of the Zeus.
That's an unusual way to summon out the Bangalancer, honestly. Just basically hard summon it. Normally you always go Malias, revive something, have the Bangalancer for free. But now we go for the Bangalancer like that. Just a regular Link 4 summon. And we are going to put that Zeus back into the extra deck.
Resurrect, ¿no?
Yeah,
Durante el draft main phase, efecto rápido, tú puedes seleccionar un monstruo en el cementerio oponente y tomas daño de este ataque, ¿no?
I mean, there isn't a Lokai in the graveyard anymore.
Hola, ¿cómo están, chicos?
Oh, I see.
That's true. Okay, over to Lucas. We know he has a Rysad. What else does he have, though? Is he picking up a card that is helping him to turn this again around one more time?
It looks like it
Le ganó.
a trap card. And that is the
Le ganó porque ya...
Lucas decides that he has
Ganó Julius.
no other
Ganó
cards
Rika.
that can help him.
Otra vez Rika.
Lucas Janssen is your YCS Dormund champion 2023.
No, he's not.
Se acabó, chicos.
It's Julius Schwarzkopf.
Oh my god.
Le ganó el Rika.
The emotions are overcoming as Julius Schwarzkopf is your YCS Dortmund champion 2023.
He absolutely is. Rika once again coming
Rika
out on top.
otra vez vuelve a ganar un
was going
YCS.
back and forth. It did really not look like he could win that game free, but he came back and he now is the champion. Oh my.
What a story. I mean, every time you start and you say,
Ganó
it was the
Rika,
final, and I just had to set 2 and pass, I completely bricked, but then I won. You know, like what a turnaround.
It's a story that he can still tell to his children, I think, in 20 years from now.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm really easy to cry.
Claro, es que con nadie ha jugado en main.
It's just so beautiful
con el daño que han hecho de
there
quitar
are
Kashtira.
condolences from his friends. They are
Shifter,
coming to cheer him
que
up.
ha sido
They're telling him, hey, you did a great job. Everyone is hugging him. And on the other side, Julius is of course just celebrating. Those also so many pretty beautiful happy memories.
Yeah, it might be the beginning of a big story
for
both players, though. Like, let's not disregard Lucas. Very, very big tournament run for him as well, going all the way into the finals at his first YCS. That's correct for Lucas. And of course, Julius just coming out on top here. I think it might have even been his first YCS top. And then going all the way, taking it down is super, super, super incredible, of course. And it's nice to see those newcomers. Oh, we do, though. He wants to negate it.
Sí, le ganó,
there are plenty of cards in the hand of
Lucas.
Now the dance beyond.
Y eso que abrió mal, abrió muy mal.
Even if they want to attack now for the World Championship qualifying playoff race, because it makes up a lot of points here at this event.
How many people can say they have a 100% win rate in the YCS top card?
Yeah, absolutely. But for now, there's only one more person to show. Let's get it over to add, and of course, our new YCS champion, Julius Schwarzkopf.
Ganó Julius. Ahí está el ganador.
Attention duelists, I give you the YCS Dortmund champion for 2023. It's Julius Schwarzkopf.
Julius.
Julius, your first time in a final here at a YCS. How do you feel having taken the win?
¿Cómo es lo que te sientes
Yeah,
haber
like, of
obtenido
course,
la
I feel
victoria?
amazing.
Me siento
I
increíble.
didn't thought I would win game 3 because I just heartbreaked.
Yo nunca pensé que ganaría 3.
But I drew the glamour
Yo
for
solo
turn,
pensé que
so
jugaría,
I could
ganaría
start a
2
comeback
veces.
and yeah, it worked.
It did work. It was a hard-fought battle, and you have won that final. You have won this title of champion. Going to welcome Paolo, our Konami representative, on the stage to give you your trophy
El trofeo,
and, of course,
Se
your
acabó,
brand new
chicos.
prize card for the season.
Julius.
Another verse, Gluttonia. Ladies and gentlemen, your new champion!
Bueno, un trofeo para...
That is going to be it from us. We're going to welcome on our wonderful coverage team who are obviously applauding this amazing final. Congratulations one more time.
Muy bien,
Thank you
chicos, nos
so
vemos
much
hasta la
to all
próxima.
of our
Ha sido un
judges,
gusto
all of our
comentarles por lo
players, my
menos esto.
wonderful
Espero que
commentary
haya sido de
colleagues,
agrado.
and of course,
Bye, bye.
all of you at home for watching this. This has been absolutely